Welcome to Kids Go Sports! Let's go!
Sunlight glares off the surface of the pool, turning the water into a sheet of blinding blue. Liam stands at the very edge. His toes curl against the rough, abrasive concrete. Below him, the water is deep, dark, and still, despite the chaos nearby. His friends launch themselves from the diving board, their bodies slicing through the air before hitting the water with a sharp slap. Their laughter rings out, bouncing off the tiled walls in a rhythm that Liam cannot join. He takes a half step back. His hands find the cold metal of the safety railing. He grips the bar so hard that the skin over his knuckles turns white. He watches the splashes subside, the ripples spreading out until they hit the walls and reflect back. Every movement in the pool feels like a challenge he is not prepared to meet. He shifts his weight, testing the stability of the ground, but he remains locked in place. The air is thick with the scent of chlorine and the sound of splashing, yet he stays anchored to the spot. He stares at the water, his breath shallow, his body rigid against the pull of the gravity beneath his feet. A shadow falls across the concrete. Liam does not turn, but he hears the soft squeak of rubber soles on the wet tile. Coach Miller stops beside him, holding a bright red kickboard. The coach does not look at the water. He looks at the boy. Being brave does not mean you are never scared, the coach says. His voice is steady, cutting through the splashing echoes. It means you try even when you are. Liam stares at the red board, then back to the shimmering surface. The distance between his feet and the water feels like a canyon. He releases his grip on the railing. His fingers ache from the tension. Slowly, he sits on the edge, the rough surface biting into his skin. He moves his legs over the side, dangling them in the void. He pauses, his muscles tight, waiting for a danger that does not come. He lowers his feet further. The cold water hits his ankles. He shudders, a sharp intake of breath, but he does not pull back. He holds his position, letting the water swirl around his skin. The shock of the temperature subsides into a steady, grounding chill. He is finally in the water. The next afternoon, the pool deck felt different. Liam walked to the shallow end, the red kickboard pressed hard against his chest. He slid into the water, his pulse thumping in his ears. He pushed off the wall, letting the board take his weight, but his arms trembled. The board wobbled, slipping forward as he lost his grip. He lurched, his chin dipping into the water. He panicked, legs flailing, creating a chaotic spray of white foam. His legs sank like stones, dragging him down until his toes scraped the pool floor. He pushed off the tiles, gasping for air, and clutched the board again. His movements were jagged, uncoordinated, and exhausting. By the third day, he stopped fighting the water and started fighting his own instincts. He focused on the rhythm. Every time his face hovered too close to the surface, he kicked harder, his thighs burning with the strain. He sank, pushed up, sank, and pushed up again. 20 times he repeated the cycle, his breath coming in short, sharp bursts. His muscles ached, but the board stayed under his chest, and for the first time, he remained on the surface for more than a few seconds. The struggle was constant, but he refused to let go. On the fifth day, the air around the pool felt heavy. Liam stood at the starting point, the blue tiles cool beneath his bare feet. He looked at the water. For a heartbeat, he reached for the kickboard, his fingers hovering over the plastic. Then, he pulled his hand back. He exhaled, stepped forward, and pushed off the wall with everything he had. The water rushed past his ears. He was alone, supported only by his own effort. His arms sliced through the surface, carving a path, while his legs beat a steady, driving rhythm against the resistance of the pool. He felt the water pull at his limbs, trying to drag him down, but he pressed harder, his muscles straining with every stroke. The opposite wall loomed closer, his breath burned in his chest. He reached out, his fingertips slapping the cold concrete at the far end. He hauled himself up, his chest heaving, water cascading off his skin. He sat on the deck, gasping, his heart drumming against his ribs. He looked back at the length he had just conquered. He had done it. No board, no help. Just his own strength keeping him above the surface. The splash of his arrival was soon replaced by the sound of shouting. His friends gathered at the edge, their faces bright, clapping as he sat up. Liam wiped the water from his eyes and stood. The concrete felt solid under his feet. He looked back at the pool, the surface now still, no longer a barrier, but a path he had mastered. He was not gripping the railing anymore. He did not need to. Coach Miller walked over, stepping through the crowd, and offered a firm, steady nod. The fear had not vanished, but it had changed. It had become fuel. Liam realized then that the distance he had traveled was not just the length of the pool, but the space between who he was and who he had become. Every kick, every struggle, and every moment he had refused to quit had built this result. The coach spoke, his voice calm over the splashing. "Every small step makes you stronger," he said. Liam watched the sun glint off the water. He understood. Courage was not a single, giant leap, but a series of small, deliberate choices. He looked ahead, ready for the next challenge. Today, try something new, even if it feels a little scary. See you next time on Kids Go Sports.
Yay! See you next time on Kids Go Sports. Bye!